Welcome back to the mini lab, folks. So what I'm going to do today, this has got a very sophisticated schematic here, and we're going to tell you what this is all about. So what I'm going to try to do today, I've got a function generator up here, I've got an oscilloscope up here, it's making that noise. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. And I have various multimeters here. And what I'm going to do with the signal generator is I'm going to take the output, which I've got going from 0 volts to 5 volts in a pulse. And the pulse period is 500 milliseconds. And I'm going to then adjust the pulse width coming into here. And then this is a little 2N7000 MOSFET. And it's going to come out there, and we're going to put this across the multimeter. And we're going to put it onto continuity mode. And we're going to see with various little multimeters I have here, which ones can handle what kind of speed. I would say that if a multimeter has a continuity speed of greater than, let's say, 100 milliseconds, that's pretty awful. And anything less than that is getting considerably better as it goes down. And I would say that anything below about 25 milliseconds is pretty good. But some people would like something in the tens of microseconds. And I do have a meter here that can do that, but I can't do this with this setup. This signal generator is not that great. But anyway, let's hook it up and see what we can do here. So very complicated, very sophisticated schematic there. So we're not going to use any resistors or anything. We're just going to hook it right up. I know you're supposed to use resistors and stuff like that, but you know, it's just a little MOSFET. Cost me about a tenth of a penny or something like that. So there's the generator going in. And here is the leads that are going to go to the multimeter. Now let me set this thing up. I would say anything below 25 milliseconds is good. So I'm going to set it up at 25 milliseconds there. And then we'll get our first victim here. And we'll plug in the leads into it. So let's just set it up here on continuity mode. There we go. And it is going to get a little beepy. So please forgive me for that. There's not much we can do about that. If you're going to beep, you got to beep. Okay, so this is having no problem at all with 25 milliseconds. So let's bring that down. Okay, we're at 5 milliseconds now, and it's missing the odd time. So let's bring that up incrementally here. For about 8 milliseconds, it seems to be pretty stable there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty fast for most purposes. This is going to be fine. Let's move on to the next meter. This one here is supposed to be pretty good, they tell me. I mean, not just as a meter, but in continuity mode. So let's get it there. Let's bring it down. We're down at 4 milliseconds. 2 milliseconds. We're at 1 millisecond. And less than that, no, it's not doing too good. Now, let's go on to another one here. What do I have here? It's a much, much less expensive meter. There's continuity. And I've heard that this one is not going to do 1 millisecond. So definitely not. Okay, so let's increase that. Let's bring it up to 25 milliseconds. Nope. 66 milliseconds. And it's still missing the odd time, and now we're up to 66. Yeah, this is a wreck. Don't get this meter if you need to use it for continuity. It looks like let's bring it up to 100 milliseconds and see if it stabilizes there. No, it still won't. And we'll take this one off. Okay, next victim here is this little Zoe. This is a unique one. I did a review of this a little while back. It's got a mega function as well, so that's just pretty cool. Very nice meter. So let's bring it up and we're going to check it now. There we go. So now we're in continuity mode. Okay, we're at 25 milliseconds. Let's see if this works. No problem at all. So let's start bringing that down now. 15 milliseconds. Okay, 5 milliseconds, we're beginning to lose it. So let's bring that up a bit here. 12. Okay, that's not bad. I'd say that's not bad at all. 12 milliseconds. This is such an inexpensive meter that I'm pretty impressed with that. Okay, now I think we got one more, and that's the one that's supposed to go down into the microseconds. And most of you may be surprised to hear that it's not a fluke or anything like that, but a lot of you will know that this meter is really the king of this function. And we'll plug it in. Like I say, we're at 12 milliseconds. I'm not going to bother to go up to 25 because this one should be able to do that just fine. So now I'm going to drop this down precipitously because it's supposed to be really good. Now, this is the best I can do with this function generator here. This is 61 microseconds. These are supposed to go down below 10 microseconds. Unfortunately, I can't test it with this, and this beeping is driving me nuts. Okay, let's turn it off. All right, so that's one way you guys could actually test your own meters. I've got one more meter I want to test here. I got this meter for under $5, and it's actually a pretty cool little meter. I'm going to do a review of it someday, and the other 3 that I got with that purchase. Now we'll put this one in here. There we go, and we're in continuity mode. Now I don't think it's going to be able to work down here at the 60 microsecond mark, but it has surprised me before. So let's bring it up. It's doing pretty good. It's at 20 milliseconds. Bring it down until it starts to skip. There, so it's pretty consistent there at 12 milliseconds. That's excellent. You know, this little meter is pretty amazing. Click like and be sure that you click subscribe and do the notification thing and all that. Because when this video comes out, you'll see what a great little meter this is. And, you know, if you needed a spare meter or something like that for the garage or something like that, or just to give away to a kid who's trying to learn electronics, this meter would be awesome. And even if you get it at a regular price, which I think is about $7 or $6 or something like that. That's our little experiment. It's a MOSFET and a signal generator, and you can test the speed of your continuity function on your meters, and that's all it takes. Now, I did have an idea that I could build a standalone version of this, maybe based on a microcontroller. I would pick a pickaxe and put it in, you know, put a little display on it and some little controls, and make something that you can just have as a standalone continuity tester. If any of you guys are interested in seeing that process and you know, getting the files for it at the end, just let me know, put it down in the comments, and I'll certainly try to schedule it in somewhere, because that's something I would like to have myself. If you guys aren't keen on it, don't worry about it. I'll still do it myself, but I just want to show you. All right, folks, I hope you had fun. This was fun for me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.